blue skies. It's nice outside. What are we gonna do now? Four, 4, 4 on the clock. 4, 4, 4, John. This is what happens when I smoke sativa. I do weird things. 7:13 Revelation on the clock. This is my life in Maine. This is what I do. Walk in the woods, smoke weed, talk to you guys. What do you want to talk about? I got 8 minutes on here. I'm doing nothing, just walking around. 8 Ted Luke. I talk in parables. 8:21 John. 8:32 John. Know the truth and the truth will set you free. What is truth? What is Truth Social? Does Trump know the truth? Trump wouldn't know the truth if it paid him. See my tattoos? This is my alien. I like him. And over here, this is my Bigfoot Sasquatch sighting in Maine. As you can see, shadow. Bigfoot. Over here, if you can see that. We have a wizard. And then over here, this is the one that we have, the witch. So this is what I think about the Omega spirit, the Eve spirit of the planet. The Eve spirit on the planet was deceived. So anyone that says like the Omega, the hand signals are the fake Illuminati. The fake Illuminati people, they mocked the Holy Trinity. So it's like if you look at an Israel flag, it's 2 triangles. There's a right side triangle and there's an upside down triangle making their star. So the right side triangle is the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. It's one God in 3 persons, in 3 independent persons. The Father is the creator of everything. The Father is Yahweh in Hebrew, Yahweh. Yahweh is the supreme God of the Israelites. He's the one and only God of the universe. He's the creator of everything. Yeshua is his son. Yeshua is translated to Jesus, sacrificed himself, came to earth and knew that people sucked. So he came to earth and you know how that story went. The Jews, though, do not believe, the old traditional Jews do not believe in Jesus. They believe in only Yahweh. They don't even believe that Jesus sacrificed. They don't acknowledge it. The Messianic Jews do. The Messianic Jews, there's only 300,000 in the world, and most of them are in the United States. Did you hear that, Bones? Jones, he's a Messianic Jew. Yeah. He believes in the New Testament, believes in the Old Testament. You gotta believe. If you don't believe in anything, then that's on you. You know, people need to believe in something. I believe in the New Testament. I believe in the Gospels. I believe in the Old Testament. I believe in the 66-book Bible. I believe it's a personal code. I believe that through the Holy Spirit as the gift from Jesus Christ, my relationship with Jesus Christ is that much stronger. That I don't need anyone else to go to school or tell me about the Bible or tell me about how translation and what that meant. Fuck that. You can figure it out yourself, you hypocritical pastors and religious people. Romans 12:1. Romans 12:1, I've already said it once. So Romans 12:1, you can Google it, you can decide what you want. Look and stand in the mirror. You say lived, L-I-V-E-D. You say it backwards, D-E-V-I-L. You realize it's you. You have one body. You have one body on this earth. I'm 52 years old. I'm 6'6", 222 pounds. I take no pharmaceuticals. I take no supplements. I take no vitamins. Nothing. I take weed. I take cannabis. This is what made my body. This is why I'm alive. I take cannabis vaping. I take cannabis drinks, 500 milligrams infused, nano-infused THC drinks from Vibes Cannabis. I have my medical marijuana card. I've had it since 2015. I'm on the state registry since 2015. Probably one of the original people on there. I know anatomy. I know physiology. My former career was a pharmaceutical district sales trainer for 2 separate pharmaceutical companies. Both I was a trainer in New England 2 different times for 2 different companies. I know how to sell. I know how to speak to educated people. I know how to speak to physicians that have egos and think that they know everything. It's very easy to do as I say, not as I do. And when you sell enough mental health drugs, as I did, and you speak to enough psychiatrists and realize that psychiatry without pharmaceuticals is just God complex narcissists telling people what to do, that's the truth. That's honest. You know, you take away pharmaceuticals, the entire psychiatry disappears. It's useless. Now it's just overpriced therapy that can be done with a LCSW or somebody without a medical degree. You people know I'm right, because you people are all part of one big club. You're all part of the rod of Sisyphus. You believe in Greek mythology. You don't believe in the Bible. If you believed in the Bible, then you physicians would understand Mark 2:17 specifically names physicians, saying that Jesus, when he comes back, he's calling on the sinners. He's calling on the physicians. He's calling on the people that are following the ancient serpent. See, the ancient serpent from the Bible is a snake. You can Google that. Who is the ancient serpent in the Bible? It comes back as a snake, comes back as Satan, comes back as the devil. Satan symbolism is a serpent. You know, secular means you do not believe in Jesus. If you do not believe in Jesus, you're not with me, you're against me. Satanism is against Jesus. You people believe that you don't need Jesus. You can do it all yourself, you say. You say you don't need religion, you don't need spirituality, you don't need the Holy Spirit. All you need are physicians, prescriptions, and fucking pharmaceuticals. That's what you people need, because that's what makes the world go around with all the money in the world. So you take away the pharmaceutical market, what do you fucking people do? Nothing. You sit there and you complain. You complain about being unhealthy while all of you aren't healthy. Obesity has increased by 60% since 1975. There's no fucking excuse for that, because education has also increased. More people today have college degrees than ever at any time in the history. Why the fuck are so many people obese? Why is mental health the #1 leading cause of disability in the world? You need to ask yourself this. You need to stop listening to these fucking doctors and stop listening to these government bureaucrats that don't have a fucking clue. You need to stop listening to them. You know, if the pharmaceuticals were so fucking good, they would be all free. They wouldn't cost any money. The entire market wouldn't be worth $1.7 trillion, but it is. This is the reality we live in. The pharmaceutical market can disappear as quickly as it came. Do you think about how long the pharmaceutical market's been around and how long the earth has been around, you scientists, you evolution people that think that everything just spontaneously combusted and here we are? You know, it's the most idiotic thinking that I can possibly imagine. Atheists, you people are just, you entertain me because your levels of stupidity, you know, you give yourself these fictitious degrees. of PhD, doctor, whatever the fuck you want to call you, and your only goal in life is to go around being assholes talking about how there's no God, how there's nothing in creation, how everything is bad, how you were a mistake. You people are the Antichrist. You people are the 1 John 4:3 of this world. Every spirit that does not acknowledge that Jesus Christ came from God is not from God. You are the Antichrist. The Antichrist is the collective consciousness. There's two types of people in this world: the people that believe in Jesus Christ and the Antichrist. Which one are you? That's a line in the fucking sand right there. That's what that is. You're either with me or you're against me. If you're against me, good luck to you. I do not take pharmaceuticals. I will never take another pharmaceutical in my life. I take marijuana. I am 6'6", 222 pounds. I have no use for modern day healthcare. I have no use for modern day hospitals. I have no use for modern day medicine. Period. End of story. Your move. Your move, motherfucker. Your move. The United Nations. Is the United Nations more important than the American Medical Association? Does the American Medical Association do a fucking thing? If the American Medical Association was so good, then why has there been 14,000 pharmaceuticals withdrawn from the market that were once approved? You physicians don't do a fucking thing about it. In the same time that all those drugs were recalled from the FDA, 800,000 people, according to CNN, 800,000 people, either per year or whenever the article was done, die or are permanently disabled, like myself, from trusting the wrong fucking people. There's 1 million physicians in the United States. Do you realize that between the years of 2012 and 2022, when 14,000 drugs were recalled, once approved by the FDA, recalled, in that same time, out of those 1 million physicians, 850,000 of those same physicians were financially compensated by pharmaceutical companies to the tune of $12 billion. That's a direct correlation right there. That's a cause and effect. Cause. People being paid by pharmaceutical companies for shit products. Money. That's all pharmaceutical companies have is money. You have money, you can make a pharmaceutical company. You can make a fucking pill, you can call it freaking placebo. As long as it beats placebo, it's a winner. That's all they market, is beating a non-active ingredient. Placebo is a non-active ingredient. So all these fucking people that say that, oh, the earth just spontaneously came out of nothing, these are the same fucking people that believe that the pharmaceuticals that they call the active, artificial, cancer-causing ingredients, it competes against nothing. Congratulations. Your pills compete against nothing. You manipulate so many different people at so many different levels. The entire government system knows this because the Federal Drug Administration is the most narcissistic organization besides the United Nations, besides the CERN people. The CERN people in Switzerland, take your fucking cross off the flag. You know, it's ridiculous. It's embarrassing to an entire country, the amount of level of disrespect one so-called neutral United Nations, neutral country. They don't do a fucking thing. They don't have a military of their own. They're not even a superpower. They're not even a power. They're barely a fucking country. This one country is going to make 192 other countries say that we don't believe in Jesus Christ, that we can do it better, that science, our World Health Organization, can put together this RNA, artificial intelligence, through Moderna in 2014 with a $500 million, hey, we'll give you a $500 million check to fuck around and find out, Moderna. You can deceive people. Mass deception out of Cambridge, Massachusetts. Mass deception. Operation Warp Speed. Operation Warp Speed. Google Operation Warp Speed remarks by Donald Trump. And I want you to read his comments on how he says, how he harnessed the entire power of the government, how he pushed it through when other people said no, it could take 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and he said no, fuck that, we can do that. There's one person to blame in all this, and it's the Commander-in-Chief of the United States. It is what it is. Either you do your fucking job or you fucking resign. You're paid $400,000. That's it. You shouldn't be doing cryptocurrency. You shouldn't be fucking around. You shouldn't be going to all these other countries. We have state departments for this. You're a paid fucking employee and someone needs to put him in his fucking place. One of the branches of the government, whoever the fuck you guys, band together and do something about it, because I'm just one man. I'm one censored man in Bangor fucking Maine who has been on YouTube since 2017 with 0 followers. Apparently, my education, my college education at Husson University in Bangor, Maine doesn't matter. Apparently, my business degree, 4-year bachelor's degree in business, minor in psychology, doesn't matter. I guess education sucks because mine doesn't matter. Apparently, my 5 years in health insurance doesn't matter. Working for Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, customer service, member service, sales and marketing. Apparently, my fucking 10 years in pharmaceuticals between 2 companies does not matter. So everything that I'm saying, I'm being pushed back by being told, by being censored, by saying your life doesn't matter. Well, guess what? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. We are gonna find out. All I can say is stay tuned. I've been labeled disabled since 2012. I had to reteach myself how to walk. I was spending 23, 24 hours in bed. Today, I spend 20 hours in bed on the average day. Because I have partial paralysis in my lower extremities. My feet go numb, my legs go numb, it causes pain. I come out here to smoke weed, and I get shit from people on fucking social media for doing it. So, you know what? It is what it is. You know, spiritual people, I am spiritual. This is my spiritual friend Bones. You know, you need to be born again. If you're not born again by John 3:7, you're shit out of luck. You know, I don't give a shit what you say. It's just, I'm the messenger. So take the message if you want. If you don't want it, I don't care. 24:36 on the clock. Matthew 24:36. TikTok. Matthew 24:36. Matthew 24:36.